So you're new to Ragnarok? The Outcasts proudly present our beginner's guide to Ragnarok. First, let's start off with spawning in. Spawning in on Ragnarok can be tricky as there is no easy, medium, or hard icons on the spawn zones. Let's begin with jungles. The jungles offer the safest area for spawning in. The only issue I have found with this location is that there is a lot of traffic with players, meaning you will die a lot spawning here. Just keep your distance from Blue Ob, that's all that I'll tell you. Vikings Bay is another great location to spawn in if you're new and are trying to learn the game. Even though some would say Vikings Bay is safer, I disagree as there are fewer hostiles like raptors here. Vikings Bay is more aesthetically pleasing with the big dinosaur bone and a nice little cove area. Spawning in the highlands is a great location if you know what you're doing. With higher threats like the Gigas and Aloes, highlands is a risky area to spawn, but worth it as you have crops and can run to the redwoods pretty easily to get a PT. Southwest spawn points are good for dying. You begin by spawning into a super hot death valley, which is nothing but hostiles. The only really good thing about this spawn location is for taming the rock golems and getting cactus sap. Now let's move on to finding resources. Resources can be difficult to find on Ragnarok, so here's the best areas we have found for every important resource. Wood can be found in bulk in the redwoods, but wood is everywhere, so that shouldn't be a big issue. Stone can be found in bulk pretty much everywhere, but in the highlands. Crystal can be found the best in the southwest region, more towards the desert and underwater. Metal can be found literally everywhere. The rich metal nodes can be found in the highlands, the jungles, the desert, and the middle of the southwest region. Obsidian can be found more towards the jungles, volcanic, southwest, and in the redwoods areas. Oil can be found all over the edges of the map borders underwater. Some oil can be found near the jungle and the snow area on oil veins, and there are even some in the desert. These will most likely be covered, so I would be sure to try to get there as fast as you can right as the server wipes. The crops can be found in the highlands. Salt can be found all over the desert. Silica pearls can be found all over this left side of the map in the water and rivers. Sulfur can strictly be found in the volcano, southwest, and part of the desert biome. Now let's get on to the dino spawns. These are the most popular dino spawns and the best dinos for new and experienced players. First up, we have the Pterodon, which is the most common in the redwoods, but can be found anywhere but the desert and southwest. The Rex can be found most commonly by the snow mountains. They can be found in jungles, Vikings Bay, southwest, around most mountains, and near the field at Green Ob. The Giga can be found in the highlands, the desert, and by the Green Ob. Argentavises can be found all over the map, most commonly by snow mountains and part of the desert. The Trike can be found everywhere but the desert, the redwoods, and the southwest areas. The Stegos can be found everywhere on the left side of the map. Ankies can just about be found everywhere. The Griffins can be found near the Green Ob and parts of random mountains. The Griffins are extremely rare. The Quetzals can be found in the jungles, Vikings Bay, and the snow. And lastly, Rhinos can be found in the snow mountains and only in the snow mountains. Now let's get on to my favorite locations on Ragnarok. Here is a list of my top 5 favorite. Coming at number 5, we have the Triple Waterfall. This can be found at 27.5 latitude and 48.2 longitude. Coming at number 4, we have the Lava Cave. This can be found at 19.4 latitude and 65.3 longitude. Coming at number 3, we have the Southwest Plateau. This can be found at 83.2 latitude and 27.6 longitude. And coming at number 2, we have the Desert Plateau. This can be found at 68.0 latitude and 54.6 longitude. And finally, coming at number 1, we have the Snow Cave. This can be found at 51.9 latitude and 48.1 longitude. The artifacts of Ragnarok can be found on the list on screen. We are not going to show you every single artifact and how to get them, as there are plenty of videos on where to find them, so feel free to go check those out. Ragnarok has one of the most annoying artifact layouts out of any map, so I highly recommend farming artifacts on a different map. Ragnarok is so far the only map to feature in-game bosses. When I mean in-game bosses, I mean ones where you don't need artifacts to fight them. These boss fights are the most unique ones on ARK. First up, we have the Ice Queen boss fight. To find the Ice Queen, go to 33.6 latitude and 40.5 longitude. The entrance will be up on the side of the snow mountain. Simply follow the cave all the way down to the left. You'll have to fight off the small death worms, which hit insanely hard. Once you have reached the main waterfall, be ready. The boss fight will start instantly. The Ice Queen, which is a giant death worm, will begin to fight you, and she does a lot of damage. The more players that you bring with you, the harder she gets, so don't think doing it with 10 people will make the fight easy. To cause the most damage, I recommend bringing a sword and a shield. After killed, the Ice Queen gives a lot of loot, including ascendant VPs and amazing armor and weapons. The next boss you will fight is the Lava Elemental. The Lava Elemental is a lot harder than the Ice Queen in my opinion. The best way to kill this boss is with a rocket launcher, which sounds pretty crazy. Once you make your way down the lava cave, which can be found at 18.5 latitude and 27.6 longitude, expect a fun walk through the cave. With booby traps and lots of bugs, you will need to bring a lot of weapons. After you get through the parkour, you can finally fight the boss. The lava elemental will rise from the lava and begin to throw molten lava rocks at you, which will do a lot of damage. I recommend hiding and rocketing him after each throw. Once killed, the lava elemental will drop a ton of amazing gear just like the Ice Queen does. The boss fight on Ragnarok is definitely a fun but challenging one. For the fights, you will need every artifact, and you may need RG Talons, the Bassy Blubber, the Toxin, the Megalodon Teeth, Sarco Skin, Vertebraes, Spinosails, Thyloclaws, Venom, and Tuso Tentacles. The boss fight includes fighting the dragon and the Manicore. These bosses are very annoying, so if you want a full tutorial on how to fight these bosses, comment down below and we'll be sure to make a video on how to do that. But anyways, this is going to wrap it up for today's video. We hope you guys enjoyed our beginner's guide to Ragnarok. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. But we hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.